Hi, it's Upboard1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One, and today I want to talk about fleet carriers, the massive change that's happened recently, and the fact it's going to have a huge effect on almost every facet of Elite Dangerous and life within the bubble and life in Elite Dangerous. This is me battling my way back to the station in a Type 9 loaded full of missions, and this is something that I'm not going to have to worry about anymore, because now I can fill my fleet carrier up full of thousands of tons of cargo, enough to complete off loads of missions, and I can park my fleet carrier right next to the station, and yeah, I won't have to take the risk of travelling long distances in Super Cruise. Us as the Dark Marauders are already having to look at new ways of piracy, because you know, people aren't travelling to the high cell site anymore on their own. They're mobbing up and going in fleet carriers and parking very near the station, and then ferrying thousands of tons of diamonds. One of the members of the Dark Marauders made over 8 billion credits in a couple of days utilising their fleet carrier. One of the other members of the Dark Marauders got $500 million running escort for him. So it is fundamentally going to change the way Elite Dangerous is played. You know, before, when you could stack up some missions in a Type 9, that was impressive. There's nothing now. What you can stack up in a fleet carrier, the amount of storage you have on a fleet carrier, the fact you can park a fleet carrier so it feels like you can just step off the fleet carrier onto the ice rings, is going to be a huge fundamental change in the way the game is played. It's going to make a massive difference to the way people behave in game. I mean, we're already seeing like fleet carrier battles. We're already seeing people like jump the fleet carrier over with a squad on board and deploy. The amount of IED fleet carriers around the low temperature diamond triple hotspot, and the amount of Dark Marauders fleet carriers around that same area is absolutely hilarious. The amount of fleet carriers up there anyway is absolutely hilarious. It's going to make a huge difference to the way the game is played and almost every facet of the game. If you're now attacking an enemy power or an enemy squadron, you can literally park a fleet carrier up in their system as a base of operations to run it from. Money making is going to be completely and utterly changed. Like I say, I mean, stacking up missions like this is going to be kind of a thing of the past. You're not going to need to, you know, be limited by what your Type 9 or your cutter can carry anymore. You're going to be able to make so much money because you can go in, you can buy every material, you can stack up thousands. I was speaking to the commander who made 8 billion the other day. The reason he's done that is he wants to fund a viable black market. And one of the things, because you run the fleet carrier, you have to be able to offer the prices. You have to be able to buy stuff en masse and not worry about it. So you need a huge bankroll to run your fleet carrier as a full-on commodity market like he wants to do. This is going to be a massive shift for everybody. Even if you don't own a fleet carrier, even if you don't want to involve yourself with the gameplay, it's going to make huge changes. The whole now the black is going to be way more populated. There's going to be a fleet carrier in every sector. There's going to be fleet carriers all the way up to Colonia, fleet carriers all around Colonia, fleet carriers all over Sajay, fleet carriers at Beagle Point. You know, you're not going to be able to get away from the clawing stretch for humanity that easily. You're going to have to go to some obscure locations to avoid people. This is going to be a fundamental shift and change to the way we play Elite Dangerous. The main thing that I'm thinking is we are going to have to start fleet carrier bingo. I mean, I'm already, this morning I've seen 6 Event Horizons, 5 Red Dwarfs and 6 Serenities. So if you've got any really common fleet carrier names, leave them in the comments down below. Now, I have a fleet carrier. I've called mine Scumpy Doc. I've named it after the original Big Red Rooster. I'm going with a naming convention that is a space station, not a ship, so I can name it after a boy. So I've named it after the original Big Red Rooster. That's all. Thanks for watching.